From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Tuesday morning. Behind me, I didn't just put a black square behind me. This is actually what it looks like in the Yakima Valley right now. At least this is the view from the top, as all the city lights are getting blocked out because of the cloud layer this morning. That's providing fog to a good chunk of our region. You can see no visibility in Walla Walla, starting to get pretty tenuous now in Hermiston, starting to get pretty dicey in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys as well. I mean, I said no visibility in Yakima. There it is right there. 0.0. We do have a freezing fog advisory that's in place for the Yakima Valley. It's in place for the lower Columbia Basin of Oregon, and then also for the foothills of the Blues in Walla Walla and Umatilla County. That runs until lunchtime, and then this dense fog advisory in place for the lower Columbia Basin of Benton, Franklin, and little slice of Walla Walla County. That also runs until 12 p.m. In those areas with freezing fog, you would have to break out the ice scraper this morning. Some of those roads could be a little bit slick. Multiple reasons to take it slow on the roadways for this morning. You have to bundle up, as all of us are in the 20s and 30s. Here's the bottom line for the forecast. We're expecting more morning fog into tomorrow morning for the valleys, basin, and foothills. A chance for some lowland snow for Thursday morning, and then snowy mountain passes from Thursday through Sunday at least, and the chance for freezing rain mixed in there. So I'll touch on all of those facets of this forecast coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, road crews doing excavation work in Walla Walla discover what they thought were human remains. Come to find out they actually were. We have the details from the police department. And the city of Sunnyside is trying to get financially back on track. Monique Ledesma with what they plan on cutting when it comes to budgeting for next year. Also ahead, the man arrested in connection to the murder of United Healthcare CEO, how he was found, and the citizen that found him. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Tuesday, December 10th. We're going to start your top stories off in Walla Walla. The Walla Walla Police Department says more human remains have been found in the area where a road crew was doing excavation work. This was near Whitman Street and Fern Avenue on December 8th. Walla Walla PD says road crew members uncovered what appeared to be a human leg bone. They contacted police, and officers confirmed it was human remains. Then while processing the scene, more remains were found. Authorities have revealed the site is not recent, and they are working with multiple state agencies to help with the investigation. And we have more information about this up on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. In Yakima County is planning to adopt its next year's budget at its next meeting, and a road levy shift to address a budget shortfall is being considered. Also, this is the last budget the county's longtime financial services director, Craig Warner, will be a part of. According to the county, Warner is retiring after 37 years of service, and his last day will be at the end of January. The commissioners say he's leaving behind big shoes.
He's done an incredible job in investing his time into his staff and making sure that after he leaves, whenever we were anticipating that there would be a continuity of service from that department by the exceptional staff that he's hired throughout the years.
Commissioners also say they've already been working on finding his replacement. And it is that time of year where cities are discussing budgets, and we have the latest developments on the City of Sunnyside's budget plan for next year. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma reports the city is aiming to get back on track financially, and this comes with figuring out what needs to go and what can stay.
After discovering a budget deficit about halfway through this year, new city manager Mike Gonzalez says he got to work putting things back on track. Although progress is being made, Gonzalez says the city is going to need to do a lot more rolling into the new year. He says the city took into consideration different approaches to recover from the deficit, like not hiring any new city staff and temporarily shutting down the community center or the public pool, a decision that has not been popular.
Right now, what I can tell the community is that we're turning over every rock and we're looking at every opportunity that we can to try to save the pool. And one thing that I'll also say is that the pool typically opens in June. So, there's quite a bit of time before the end of this fiscal year, the start of the new fiscal year in 2025, to continue our cost-saving measures.
Gonzalez says running the pool cost about $400,000, and the city is crossing its fingers and coming up with the money to open the pool come June. But he says they are looking at all options.
So the thing that we're looking for is possibly a 3-year grant cycle that would help support the infrastructure needs of the pool and also the operating expenses. So typically with CDBG funding, it's typically just infrastructure and not operational costs, but he believes that possibly because of our median income and our ethnic makeup, we could be good candidates for that.
As for the community center, Gonzalez says the city is looking to rent it out to bring in some income, but not completely change the community center's flow within the community.
We're trying to decide right now are there certain programs that are being utilized right now, like pickleball and some of the soccer and some of the basketball they come in on open gym time. So I'm working with the council to see, can we continue those programs that are already operating as open gym anyway, just so we have some services in there.
Gonzalez says the city will not close the senior center, and it is looking at ways the senior center could run some of its programs through the community center. Gonzalez says a budget amendment would more than likely place sometime within the new year, and he is hopeful to be financially set in 2025. Reporting in Sunnyside, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Monique. And Gonzalez also says although they present a balanced budget next Monday, nothing is set in stone this year, as the city is still working on going line by line to fix miscoded costs from the last administration. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, 26-year-old Luigi Mangione has been arrested and charged with the murder of United Healthcare CEO. But new details are being revealed about his background, and we'll have those details coming up in your national news. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your full weather forecast, or your day weather forecast, I should say. Keep it here. We will be right back. So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Owning a food truck was my dream, but my back and leg pain made every day a struggle. Then my personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store got me back in the picture.
Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm back to being the best version of myself.
Get back in the picture. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
Doug.
Whoa, Limu! We're in a parade! Everyone, customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save!
And then I wake up.
And you have the stream every night?
Yeah, every night.
I see.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Swing into Fred's Appliance today and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock get-it-today inventory in our region. Introducing the new Electrolux 700 Series Alpine Green Washer and Dryer, an industry exclusive. 2 ways to sanitize. Remove bacteria and sanitize your way with the Cold Sanitize option, paired with Lysol Laundry Sanitizer, or use the NSF Certified Hot Sanitize setting. The most efficient washer on the market. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
Get ready to feast at Legends Casino Hotel's ultimate all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Dive into fresh Dungeness crab, wild Columbia River salmon, juicy prime rib, and much more. Taste it all every Thursday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m.
Should we take a look at? What do you think?
So here.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $500 off your tub or shower remodel.
An historic trestle. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's show you a couple of the passes, specifically Blue Mountain passes for this morning that I'm tracking. Oregon 204 at Tollgate, packed snow. You have to carry chains here. Don't really know what's going on here, but it looks like there's either multiple vehicles just having a get together this morning, or maybe multiple vehicles stuck. Don't really know, couldn't tell you. But then US 395 at the Battle Mountain Summit, not much light to show you much here, so we're just going based off of, we're going on what ODOT has said about the road conditions. They're saying it's slushy or a little bit snow, and you do have to carry chains here. On to temperatures now, as we're cold across the map. 26 degrees in Ellensburg for this morning. We're in the 20s up and down the Yakima Valley, except for Sunnyside, and that is the exception and not the rule. And then in the lower Columbia Basin, technically we're 2 degrees above freezing for this morning, but the rest of the basin either in the 20s or 30s. 23 for Mesa, 24 for Connell, and then in the foothills of the Blues, all of us below 32 degrees. And we're almost down into single digits this morning in Meacham. We're right at 10 degrees. That is very cold stuff. All of us need to bundle up this morning as you're headed out the front door. Here is your day planner for today. By 8 this morning, still 20s and 30s. Expecting fog for the Yakima Valley, for the lower Columbia Basin, and for the Blue Foothills. Maybe even some fog in the Kittitas Valley. Now, by lunchtime, looks like if we did have fog remaining, it would be in the lower Columbia Basin. And then by 4 p.m., we're anticipating the fog to clear up, but it can be pretty finicky sometimes. So for today, it's going to be cold, AM fog. Our pattern's going to switch up with multiple storm systems over the next 7 days. I'll tell you about those coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In your national news this morning, we're learning more about Luigi Mangione, the suspect in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The 26-year-old was arrested in Pennsylvania yesterday. It's been revealed that Mangione has ties to Hawaii, where people who knew him say there was nothing alarming that stood out. Daryl Huff has more on this story.
It's not clear from his social media accounts exactly when Luigi Mangione first came to Hawaii or left, although he was certainly an active hiker. Not always legally, he was cited in November of last year for being in the closed area near the Nu'uanu-Pali Lookout and paid a $100 fine with a court appearance in December. He was apparently working remotely, living at a shared penthouse of the Century Center condo at a co-housing and co-working site called Surfbreak with other remote workers.
It's unimaginable. You know, I was roommates with him, friends, hiked, went to yoga. He was, did his best to be athletic and unfathomable, knowing the kind, person that I saw and knew.
So I think what makes them digital nomads is the fact that they are nomadic, right? So they'll go bounce from one spot to another to another.
Raichung Fujihira founded a co-working site called Box Jelly. Mangione was not a client there, but Fujihira is familiar with the vagabond lifestyle.
And 6 months here, and then they maybe go for a few months in, somewhere in Asia.
Mangione apparently enjoyed his time at Surfbreak, leaving a positive review on the site. He also was a client at the Hub co-working site in Kaka'ako. Those who knew him said he was a nice guy, smart, with nothing alarming about his personality.
Mangione was ordered held without bail. He did not enter a plea during his first court appearance Monday. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, this week, Boeing lays off almost 400 employees, and now the aerospace company announces even more layoffs to come in February. We have that story and your full weather forecast after the break.
This holiday season, experience the magic at Winterfest in Peanuts Park, Pasco. With music, kids' activities, vendors, and our holiday tree lighting, it's better than ever. Join us Saturday, December 14th from 3 to 6 p.m. Santa will be there too. Don't miss the Candy Cane Scavenger Hunt, December 9th through the 12th, and the free Christmas movies at Fairchild Cinemas in Pasco. December 11th and 14th, Winterfest, brought to you by these amazing sponsors. Make it a holiday to remember at Winterfest. We'll see you there.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Here at the clinic, we stay up to date on the latest research, and we offer cutting-edge therapies. We treat a number of different conditions, specifically Parkinson's disease, stroke recovery, traumatic brain injury, fibromyalgia, diabetes. We also treat folks dealing with cognitive decline due to aging.
We all have dreams and ideas about how life is going to be, and then life happens, and it's not necessarily what we pictured. So how do we deal with that? I've lived with multiple sclerosis for years. It's realizing that it's all one system. How do you reset your goals so that you can live a happy, healthy life even with chronic illness? And I can attest, yes, you can. My life is incredibly happy.
We first start by improving oxygen utilization in the cells because healthy cells are well oxygenated. We then work towards improving areas of the brain that are inefficient, and for this we use a number of different modalities. We offer oxygen contrast therapy, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, transcranial photobiomodulation, and our latest addition, brain high-intensity interval training.
We also build a schedule for the patient that makes it easy to adapt their game plan to their lives and the therapies they do inside the clinic. To get started, call 509-783-5465 and schedule an appointment with a client advocate today.
A railroad trestle more than 100 years old.
The rumble of trains that once crossed it faded into history more than 40 years ago.
Fly the Northwest.
Now it's part of the Palouse to Cascades Trail State Park.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Next live, Sarah Michelle Gellar, plus Justin Baldoni, and jazz singer Stella Cole performs.
Jazz hands.
Don't dance.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From our family to yours, happy holidays.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be cold. We're going to be about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year still, and we'll have morning fog for the foothills, basin, and valleys. It should dissipate by lunchtime, but sometimes the fog can stay put a little bit longer than that. And if it does dissipate, we'll be left over with partly to mostly cloudy skies, not as much sunshine as what we had for yesterday. And then for tonight, overnight lows, once again, falling down into the 20s and 30s. So all of us are going to have to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. And we're expecting the potential for freezing fog to return to the foothills, to the basin, and to the valleys. We'll continue to keep it about 5-ish degrees below average through Thursday. More seasonal for Friday and Saturday, warmer after that. And that corresponds with a couple different storm systems that we're tracking. One for Thursday and Friday, one for Saturday and Sunday. And it's looking like we'll have additional storm systems after that. But we'll focus on these two, storm system number 1 and storm system number 2. So storm system number 1 for Thursday and Friday, we're thinking 3/4 of an inch of water for the Cascades, up to 1/2 inch for the Blues, up to 1/4 of an inch for the Yakima Valley and for the Blue Foothills. Not much doing for the lower Columbia Basin or Kittitas Valley, at least in terms of pure concentrated water. But this is going to be a very interesting storm system because snow levels are going to be all the way down to around 1,000 feet by Thursday morning. So for Thursday morning, we could have less than 1 inch of snow for the valleys, for the Blue Foothills, obviously a lot more for mountain passes, including 4 to 6 inches for Snoqualmie Pass, definitely more for White Pass. And then into Saturday and Sunday, this storm system overall is looking wetter, up to 1 inch of water for the Cascades, 1/2 inch for the Blues, up to 1/4 inch for the valleys and foothills. Still not much doing for the lower Columbia Basin. But this one, we're not thinking it's going to be as wintry, at least for lowlands. The snow levels will be a little bit higher, but still expecting additional snowfall for our Cascade passes, our Blue Mountain passes, and so travel will be impacted. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Another gray day for Wednesday, then chances for freezing rain the mornings of Thursday and Friday and Saturday. In Yakima, dry and cold for Wednesday, the chance for flurries Thursday morning, then several chances of freezing rain and slick roads. In Ellensburg, the same cycle, dry Wednesday, potentially some snow for Thursday morning, and then chances of morning freezing rain. In Hermiston, gray and cold for Wednesday, chances of freezing rain and slick roads for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday mornings. And then for Walla Walla, cold and gloomy Wednesday, the chance for snow Thursday morning, then the potential for freezing rain on Friday morning.
Thank you, Josh. In Washington, more layoffs for troubled Boeing. It's been learned the aerospace manufacturer have let go nearly 400 employees this week, and that adds to a couple thousand employees laid off earlier this year. Connor Board has more.
Boeing layoffs are continuing here in Washington. Monday, the state's Employment Security Department shared or received notice that Boeing has issued layoff notices to another 396 employees in the state. We know that last week, more than 220 employees who are members of the Society of Professional Engineering Employees in Aerospace, known as SPEA, received layoff notices, including 184 engineers and 38 people in technical roles. So far, that union that represents Boeing employees in multiple states has had more than 600 members receive layoff notices. These layoffs come as Boeing deals with financial losses from deadly Boeing 737 MAX crashes in 2018 and 2019, a door plug blowout earlier this year, and the weeks-long machinist strike this fall. Boeing said in a statement, as announced in early October, we are adjusting our workforce levels to align with our financial reality and a more focused set of priorities. We are committed to ensuring our employees have support during this challenging time. These layoffs add to the more than 2,000 Washington jobs the company has cut so far this year.
Boeing announced in October it would cut 10% of its workforce, and the company has not offered any details of what types of jobs other than to say it will impact executives, managers, union and non-union employees. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, a musical parody that was intended to tell the life story of Australian breakdancer Ray Gunn has been shut down. We have that story and more coming up in your entertainment headlines.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, West Richland, Pasco, and Hermiston. It's time to start thinking of gifts for your friends and family. Smoke City for Less has all kinds of great ideas, like favorite character bags, trays, accessories, candles, and incense. And if your loved one is hard to shop for, get them a gift card so they can get what they want. Lowest prices and the largest selection of vape mods and the best batteries, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. Check them out this season. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
These are real people seeking solutions to real pain.
I have plantar fasciitis.
My feet, my knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports. Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm not feeling any pain. My heel, that's where I always feel it.
Pressure off your knees?
Yeah, actually. I didn't notice any pain in my back. I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
The savings continue for your Christmas holiday with Bi-Mart's latest savings book, including great savings in the bonus zone. Samsung's 50-inch 4K smart TV is just $324.99. All Montana Silversmiths is 20% off. Get Duraflame 6-count fire logs for just $14.99. Plus save store-wide on gift-giving favorites, including Levi's signature jeans and all Christmas gift sets. Save now with Christmas holiday savings, only at Bi-Mart.
Growing up, I watched my mom serve our community by helping others through our church. I watched my dad, a workers' comp attorney, help people get benefits when they were injured at work. I'm Bryant Sutton, an attorney at Bothwell & Hamel, a law firm that exclusively helps people win workers' comp and Social Security disability. Let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411, Bothwell & Hamel.
KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99 Wednesdays only at KFC.
An historic trestle. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In entertainment news, a musical inspired by viral Olympic breakdancer Ray Gunn will not be happening.
Ray Gunn the Musical was a parody intended to retell the story of Australian breaker Rachel Gunn, widely known as Ray Gunn. Her performance at the Paris Olympics spawned countless memes on social media.
The musical was due to open on Saturday in Sydney, but the show's creator, Australian comedian Steph Broadbridge, said lawyers representing the athlete threatened legal action.
Gunn's lawyers say they took steps to safeguard the breaker's creative rights and work.
Now, in more entertainment news, Jay-Z attended the premiere of Mufasa, the Lion King movie, last night. The rapper stood on the red carpet with his wife Beyonce and their daughter Blue Ivy Carter, who stars in the new Disney prequel.
Jay-Z's public appearance comes just one day after a woman alleged he and Sean Diddy Combs raped her at a party in 2000 when she was just 13 years old. Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, has denied the accusation.
Jay-Z has filed a motion asking the judge to require the anonymous woman to reveal her identity or dismiss the lawsuit against him. And Combs and Jay-Z have denied any wrongdoing. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6:30, deadly crashes have been occurring a lot, and state lawmakers are taking action to increase the consequences for negligent drivers. Emily Goodell with that story in the next half hour.
At State Fair Park, the lights will glow. A dazzling, twinkling holiday show. The 5th Annual Light Festa Drive-Through Delight. Presented by Giza Credit Union, so merry and bright. From December 12th to the 22nd, a magical journey is to be expected. So get your tickets and join the fun. At State Fair Park for everyone. Not even a Grinch could say bah humbug to this. So visit statefairpark.org for your holiday bliss.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner, where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes, where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show. Be the first to see our all-new grand floating Christmas tree, with holiday getaways starting at only $246.
At the Pacific Clinic, we understand the juggle of parenthood. That's why the PC is your one-stop shop for all your health, sports, and medical needs. Schedule your appointments around your favorite group fitness classes and use our on-site childcare services.
From women's health to care for your little ones, we practice a comprehensive approach to keep your family feeling great.
With our quick and convenient scheduling, we'll get you in within the same week, often the next day. Call us today at 509-783-5465.
It's the 3-degree guarantee from Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather and Legends Casino Hotel. When Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth gets the high within 3 degrees, $25 is put in the jackpot. If he misses, someone wins. From Legends Casino Hotel and Apple Valley News Now.
In a world where every customer wins, only one event will completely change the vehicle shopping experience for Eastern Washington. This is an all-out battle as all McCurley locations compete to provide you with the best deals of the year. Hurry in today and save big before the countdown ends.
Get special savings on a new Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 during the final year-end countdown from Mercedes-Benz of Tri-Cities.
Magical moments. Snowy adventures. Warming up. Making memories. A winter wonderland. The perfect close-by getaway this winter is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Find countless ways to play and plan your escape at cdawinter.com.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, have you ever seen the movie The Fog?
No.
Tom Welling's in it, the actor?
Yes,
No.
but I know what it's about, and I know the ending.
Well, I was going to say you don't need to watch it because it looks like that outside, or it did look like that outside yesterday.
Yes, and for now, the cloud layer and the fog layer looks like it's mainly above us right now in the Tri-Cities, but how it happened yesterday morning is that the cold air started to drain down. So our visibility could also start to go down here within the next few hours. But let's go ahead and take a look at that visibility map. You can see no visibility in Yakima. None in Walla Walla. Hey, we're doing pretty good in Pendleton and Ellensburg with just 1 mile of visibility. 3 for Sunnyside. You kind of get the gist. It's the foothills and the valleys that are seeing the brunt of the fog. But like I said, yesterday morning, we saw that cold air drain down to the basin. Eventually, we saw our own fair share of fog, so we'll see if it pans out like that again for this morning. And there's a lot of freezing fog embedded within this. We have freezing fog advisories posted, dense fog advisories posted until lunchtime. You can find more about these listed online at applevalleynewsnow.com. Okay, and given that there's a freezing fog advisory in place, you would probably have to assume that there are freezing temperatures this morning, and there are. We're below freezing. We're in the 20s in the foothills, right around freezing in the lower Columbia Basin, mainly below freezing in the Yakima and Kittitas valleys. All of us need to bundle up for this morning, including in the Tri-Cities, where you'll need a heavy jacket all throughout the day. So for today, will be 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. I'll take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Starting off this half hour in a follow-up, the drunk driver who caused a multi-car crash that left 1 child dead and several others hurt on Christmas last year has pleaded guilty. 24-year-old Raylene Cook pleaded guilty to second-degree manslaughter, assault, and driving under the influence. To recap, Cook was driving with her 2 children, ages 3 and 5, on Umatilla River Road when she crashed into another car on Christmas Day in 2023. Inside the other car was 10-year-old Anthony Guizar, his mother, a baby cousin, a younger sister, and an aunt. All 8 people from both cars suffered serious injuries, and 5 days after the crash, 10-year-old Anthony died. The sentencing of Cook is expected to come at a later date. Now, an update on the deadly crash over the weekend. We have new details. Sunday morning, Oregon State Police responded to a semi-truck crash on Interstate 84. This was near milepost 210 in Umatilla County. Police say the semi was going westbound and hit a guardrail. It then traveled down a steep embankment and rolled onto its side. The semi hit 2 people who were on the shoulder, 25-year-old John Harrington and 24-year-old Marcus Paul. They both died, and they both were from Pendleton. The driver of the semi suffered minor injuries and was taken to a hospital. Statewide now, pedestrian deaths reached a new high last year, and lawmakers are taking action to increase penalties for negligent drivers. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us the new laws are meant to fill a gap in the consequences.
The new laws geared toward drivers whose behavior goes beyond what's covered by a typical traffic ticket, but doesn't quite rise to the level of vehicular homicide. But the new laws also only apply to negligent drivers. Just last week, a woman in Kennewick died after being struck by a car. Police say the woman was walking in the middle of the roadway and the driver not intoxicated or speeding, making it not the type of case to fall under the new laws.
It would be hard to imagine this charge being brought to them if they're using due care.
The charges specifically for negligent drivers, DUIs, speeding, distracted driving, or otherwise failing to be as careful as the average driver.
People feeling like if I'm, behaving normally and my attention is distracted for just a moment and that ends up being critical, would I be charged with a crime? I think generally the response would be no.
The laws only apply to the deaths or serious injuries of vulnerable people, including pedestrians, bicyclists, motorcyclists, and wheelchair users.
It basically includes anybody who's not protected by the steel cage of a motor vehicle.
The charge for a death, a gross misdemeanor, punishable by 364 days in jail, a $5,000 fine, and a 90-day suspension of their driver's license.
Some people may feel like a year in jail when somebody dies is insufficient, but it fills in a gap that existed in the law before.
The Washington State Traffic Safety Commission will be putting out more information about those new laws, which are set to take effect on January 1st. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. In community event news now, the city of Pasco wants to invite you to take part in their annual holiday celebration. Pasco's Winterfest is back for its 7th year. It's a week for families to enjoy each other's company and the holiday season. Ron Campton with the City of Pasco says there are plenty of activities like Christmas movies at the Pasco Fairchild Movie Theater and also a week-long candy cane scavenger hunt.
It actually kicked off today, so residents can check the
City of Pasco Parks and Rec social media pages for clues. They can go scan the QR codes attached to candy canes that are hidden throughout the city area to get entries for some of the scavenger hunt prizes that we have.
The event did kick off last night, but it runs until Saturday. And Campton also tells us for the grand finale on Saturday, there will be a lighting of the holiday tree, and Santa as well as Mrs. Claus will be there. And there will also be food, hot chocolate, and much more. Winterfest takes place from 3 to 6 p.m. at Peanuts Park in Pasco, and it is free to get in. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, scammers target people of all ages, but people around 80 years or so have statistically fallen more prey to scammers. Coming up, we have how you can protect yourself and your loved ones from scams this holiday season.
From our family to yours, happy holidays.
Too much turkey? Cut the calories and shop the extended Black Friday super sale at Furniture Row. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, or score 60 months no interest. The extended Black Friday super sale ends soon.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Knowing these laws sets my truck wreck team apart. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the Big Truck Heavy Hitter. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Hit by a big truck, our team knows truck wrecks and how to win for you. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the Big Truck Heavy Hitter.
The Heavy Hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0% APR for up to 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at GoKubota.com.
Prosser Memorial Health orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist Dr. Tegan Goodell is now caring for patients at Prosser Orthopedic Center. Dr. Goodell brings his expertise in sports injuries and advanced arthroscopic procedures to the community, offering comprehensive care to athletes and active individuals throughout the region. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Goodell, call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Welcome to the Walla Walla Airport, where you'll experience enhanced convenience. Your Gateway to Adventure has expanded its security checkpoint and upgraded the departure area for your comfort. With free parking and daily Alaska Airline flights to Seattle, your travel plans are easier than ever. Whether you're off to relax or to explore, start your journey smoothly with our improved facilities. Create unforgettable memories today. Book now at alaskaair.com. Your next adventure is just a flight away at Walla Walla Regional Airport, where parking is always free.
The Black Friday super sale at Denver Mattress has been extended. And for a limited time, the more you buy, the more you save. Get $100 off every $1,000 you spend, or score 60 months no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the extended Black Friday super sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
A railroad trestle more than 100 years old.
The rumble of trains that once crossed it faded into history more than 40 years ago.
Fly the Northwest.
Now it's part of the Palouse to Cascades Trail State Park.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Next live, Sarah Michelle Gellar, plus Justin Baldoni, and jazz singer Stella Cole performs.
Jazz hands. Don't dance.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be another cold day, as we're expecting it to be in the 30s in Kittitas County. The fog, I think, eventually should clear up in the Kittitas Valley later this morning. At least that's what the indications are. And once the fog clears up, skies will range from partly cloudy to mostly cloudy. Not nearly as much sunshine as what we had yesterday. It's going to be the same cycle for the Yakima Valley. If the fog does clear up a little bit later this morning, we'll be left over with partly to mostly cloudy skies. These highs are going to have a hard time escaping the mid-30s. It's going to be the same thing in the lower Columbia Basin. Fog in the morning. If we don't have fog in the afternoon, we're not going to have that much sunshine. We're not going to have that much warmth either. Not really a lot of winds across the map for today, except for in the Blue Mountains. They could gust out of the south upwards of 20 miles per hour. That will help to provide more sunshine to the Blue Mountains, more warmth, temperatures up into the 30s and 40s, mainly mid-30s in the foothills of the Blue Mountains, a little bit warmer for Heppner, but it's going to be the same thing, fog in the morning, and if it does dissipate into the late morning to early afternoon, we're not going to be left over with that much sunshine. Now let's talk about the big picture. The seasonal rainfall deficits and surpluses we've seen since October 1st. We're almost breaking even in the Kittitas Valley. Still some decent surpluses, mainly between 15 to 25% for the Yakima Valley and the lower Columbia Basin, but about a 15 to 20% deficit for the Blue Foothills. Thankfully, we do have rain and maybe even a little bit of lowland snow on the way. So I'll tell you more about that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now, Christmas is supposed to be the season of giving. However, there are Grinches out there who prefer taking. We're talking about scammers, and they target everybody. But according to the Federal Trade Commission, the median reported loss was $800 for people aged 70 to 79. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen tells us how you can keep yourself and your loved ones safe this holiday season.
According to AARP, scammers look to take advantage of people from all different angles. A new survey from AARP says people need to pay attention as they buy for their loved ones.
On average, people 80 years or older lose about $39,000 if they become a victim of a scam.
According to a study by AARP, shoppers lose billions of dollars each year to fraud. Those most vulnerable to this are people more than 50 years old who account for more than half of the victims. Julie Hooley with the Alzheimer's Association says the organization has a program called Managing Money. The program is taught to senior citizens to help manage their funds and keep their funds secure.
If you are caring for someone with memory loss, it's a good idea to set up a slush fund for them to use. So $200 to $300 in an account for them to use, and then the rest of their money is safely held in a different account. So if they are hit with fraud, they only lose that $200 to $300 instead of much more.
Hooley says some typical scams that are used on senior citizens are calling and asking for money for charity. The grandchild scam, where scammers will call and pretend to be someone's grandchild in need of money, and those calling asking for money on gift cards. In most assisted living facilities, Hooley says someone may come in and talk to the residents about protecting their money.
I know some banks go and do the presentations. I can come, the Alzheimer's Association can come and provide an education program for the residents themselves and for the staff to how to notice if someone might be the victim of a scam, and then what to do to help prevent it, and what to do in case they are being scammed.
Hooley says targeting older people isn't just a holiday issue, it's a year-round problem.
There's lots of things that they can target through with Medicaid and insurances, and especially those who are dealing with memory loss.
A simple way to keep your eye on yours or a loved one's money is to set up alerts on bank accounts, so they will alert you of suspicious activity. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Dan. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, a verdict on the case of Daniel Penny, the man that put a homeless man in a fatal chokehold last year in New York. We have what the jury decided coming up in your morning sprint. But first, our chief meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your full weather forecast, and that is in just a few minutes.
There was a time when you could get a complete meal for just $5, but you gotta go way back. Well, just a Tuesday. Yes, Tuesdays at A&W, single Papa Burger combos complete with fries and a root beer cost just $5. This all-time great deal is available Tuesdays only at A&W.
Stan's gonna ride the Nebula Drop Tower.
Finally! I'm ready to ascend to the clouds, to go where no dino has gone before. Goodbye, Earth. Hi, Alice!
Whoa! He doesn't know it comes back down?
Apparently not. I'll let you know when I hit orbit. Drop tower, I get it.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
You thought it would bust through the ceiling?
You came through a portal from another dimension. Weird stuff happens.
Some know it as prime rib. Officially, it's called a ribeye roast. We call ours divine. Tender, mouth-watering Hereford beef, aged to perfection for 5 weeks and never frozen. Oven ready and easy. Divine beef ribeye roast, tied and seasoned at your request. Reserve yours now, exclusively at Yoke's Fresh Markets.
Farming at any scale is often about using what you have at hand to get the job done. Life definitely gets a little easier and more enjoyable when you have the right tools. It's important to me to be a good and reliable farmer, and that means taking care of the environment too. I want to see the Valley continue to thrive and provide food long into the future. I just love what I do, and I wake up every day thankful to provide healthy, local food to my community.
Stop by today and feel the power of Pingree.
Owning a food truck was my dream, but my back and leg pain made every day a struggle. Then my personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store got me back in the picture.
Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm back to being the best version of myself.
Get back in the picture. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
Too busy being busy? Then it's about time you got lazy. Real lazy. And shop the brands that invented truly comfortable furniture. So kick your feet up, because Lazy Boy is now at Furniture Row. Browse and drowse in our collection of stylish and customizable recliners and sofas, and experience the durability and relaxation you've come to expect from Lazy Boy. Plus, unwind guilt-free with special no-interest financing. Here's to doing less in some well-deserved comfort with the Lazy Boy collection, now at Furniture Row.
KFC's fan favorite country fried steak is just $5.99 every Wednesday. It's a complete meal with your favorite sides. Best of all, it's just $5.99. Country fried steak, $5.99 Wednesdays only at KFC.
An historic trestle. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a cold day. We'll have highs that'll be about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. All of us in the 30s, and the fog for this morning for the foothills, the basin, and the valleys should theoretically clear up by lunchtime, but sometimes it doesn't always pan out exactly 100% that way. And then for tonight, overnight lows falling down into the 20s and 30s. It's going to be cold. All of us need to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. Once again, we could see the return of freezing fog to the foothills, to the basin, and to the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. We'll keep highs about 5-ish degrees below average for this time of the year through Thursday. And then we're tracking warmer temperatures into this weekend. And this directly corresponds with a couple different storm systems. We're tracking storm system number 1 for Thursday and Friday, storm system number 2 for Saturday and Sunday, and additional storm systems after that. But we're going to focus in on storm system number 1 and storm system number 2. So the first one, Thursday and Friday, we're thinking up to 3/4 of an inch of water for the Cascades, up to a 1/2 inch for the Blue Mountains, between 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch for the Yakima Valley and Blue Foothills. Not much doing for the lower Columbia Basin or Kittitas Valley in terms of pure concentrated water, but this is going to be a very interesting storm system because snow levels are going to get all the way down to around 1,000 feet by Thursday morning. So we could theoretically have less than 1 inch of snow for the Kittitas Valley, for the Yakima Valley, and for the Blue Foothills, and obviously more for our Blue Mountain passes and for our Cascade passes, so travel will be impacted. Then the Saturday-Sunday storm system, overall this is looking like a wetter storm system, up to 1 inch of water for the Cascades, a 1/2 inch for the Blue Mountains, up to 1/4 for the valleys and foothills. Still not much doing, unfortunately, for the lower Columbia Basin. This one not looking as wintry, though, as snow levels will be a little bit higher, up to around 2,000 feet, so the chances for lowland snow are going to go down, but we'll continue to have more impacts to our mountain passes up in the Blue Mountains and also up in the Cascades. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Another gray day for Wednesday, then chances for freezing rain the mornings of Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. In Yakima, dry and cold for Wednesday, the chance for flurries Thursday morning, then several chances of freezing rain and slick roads. For Ellensburg, the same cycle, dry for Wednesday, potentially some snow for Thursday morning, then chances of AM freezing rain. For Hermiston, gray and cold for Wednesday, chances of freezing rain and slick roads for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday mornings. And then for Walla Walla, cold and gloomy Wednesday, the chance for snow Thursday morning, then the potential for freezing rain on Friday morning. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, mystery in the skies.
They're just pacing back and forth, going very slow.
The latest in a string of drone sightings posted on social media, worrying residents and launching an FBI investigation. The drones, which appear to be much larger than recreational drones, have been spotted all over New Jersey over the past few weeks. From nearby Bedminster, the location of President Trump's golf course, to Monmouth County, where the sheriff's office has made this map of reported sightings.
Characteristic triangle lights on the back or underneath.
It's really frustrating that we don't have more answers as to where they're coming from.
And the sightings seem to be spreading, with large drones reportedly in the sky around Philadelphia.
This is the third time that it's come around.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the very latest on this drone mystery. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
When you have moderate to severe eczema, it's okay to show off. With Dupixent, show off your clearer skin and less itch. Because you have plenty of reasons to show off your skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, you can stay ahead of your eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after first dose. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 6:52. It's time for your 6 o'clock morning sprint. We're going to start off in your national headlines. 26-year-old Luigi Mangione is charged with murder for the death of United Healthcare CEO. Mangione appeared in court late last night, and he did not enter a plea. Investigators believe Mangione acted alone. They say he was carrying what's called a ghost gun that may have been 3D printed. A tip was phoned in to police by an Altoona, Pennsylvania McDonald's employee after a patron recognized the man from the surveillance pictures released by police. Reactions are mixed after a jury found Daniel Penny not guilty of criminally negligent homicide yesterday. Penny was accused of putting Jordan Neely, a homeless man, in a fatal chokehold on a subway in New York last year. Penny's defense team said he was acting in self-defense because Neely was being erratic and threatening passengers. But the prosecution argued Penny went too far, holding Neely down for more than 6 minutes. TikTok is asking a federal appeals court to temporarily stop the law that could ban the app in the U.S. The law was upheld on Friday, requiring that TikTok separates from its Chinese parent company ByteDance, or the app will be banned starting on January 19th. In an emergency filing yesterday, TikTok requested a pause while it asks the Supreme Court to review the case. And we have a special programming note. The Kraken face off against the Florida Panthers tonight in Seattle. The pregame starts at 6:30 and the puck drops at 7. You can catch it right here on Apple Valley News Now, but that means our usual 6 p.m. hour-long newscast will only be a half hour so that we can bring you the game in its entirety. Now we go to your top 5 local stories that you need to know this morning. Starting off, the Walla Walla Police Department says more human remains have been found where a road crew was doing excavation work. This was near Whitman Street and Fern Avenue on December 8th. Crew members uncovered what appeared to be a human leg bone. They contacted police and officers confirmed it was human remains. Then while processing the scene, more remains were found and authorities are investigating. Also, an investigation has been launched at the Yakima County Jail after a man died while in custody. 64-year-old Kenneth Harrington was found unresponsive Saturday, and the county says he died of natural causes related to his heart. But YPD is investigating, and the Corrections Department has started their own internal investigation. Boeing is continuing their layoffs. According to a filing yesterday, 396 employees received layoff notices, and this comes after the company laid off around 2,200 employees last month and after announcing in October that it would cut 10% of its workforce. More layoffs are set to happen early next year. The City of Zillah and the Yakima Valley Library is inviting you to a festive holiday-themed photo booth event. It's today from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Zillah Civic Center. It's free. It's a professional photo booth where you can get free printed and digital copies of your pictures. Also, the City of Pasco is hosting their Winterfest for its 7th year. It kicked off last night and runs until Saturday. The event is free, and it's at Peanuts Park in Pasco from 3 to 6 p.m. And for the grand finale on Saturday, there will be a Christmas tree lighting, also Mr. and Mrs. Claus, and not to mention food and hot chocolate. Trending now, the nominees are out for the Golden Globe Awards. And Josh, who is leading the noms?
The foreign language musical called Emilia Perez is leading with 10 nominations. But for TV, no surprise here, The Bear racked up the most with 5.
And the nominees were announced yesterday by Mindy Kaling and Morris Chestnut. A category that's been introduced this year is the Award for Cinematic and Box Office Achievement.
This new category celebrates the most acclaimed, highest earning, and most viewed movies. The nominees for that include the films Alien Romulus, Beetlejuice, Deadpool Wolverine, and Gladiator 2.
Also Inside Out 2, Twisters, Wicked, and lastly, The Wild Robot. And the 82nd Golden Globes will be held on January 4th. What movie do you think should win big next year?
I didn't see any of those.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Wicked for sure. But
I knew that's what you were going to say.
Twisters was pretty good too, but I got to check out the rest of it.
That should be in my wheelhouse, but I just didn't see it.
Well, let's talk about your wheelhouse. How's it looking outside?
Yes, it is looking, well, it's not looking like anything in Yakima or in Walla Walla as the visibility is a big old goose egg for this morning. We're also seeing some fog in the Kittitas Valley starting to slip down to the lower Columbia Basin as well. If we could take a look at that visibility map here, you can see in the Tri-Cities it was 10, now it's slipping down to 9. Hermiston seeing some fog, so it looks like the fog is starting to close in on us in the Tri-Cities. We do have several freezing fog advisories and dense fog advisories posted until 12 p.m. You can find out more about these listed online at applevalleynewsnow.com. This morning, temperatures pretty much across the board are below freezing except for in the Tri-Cities, technically 2 degrees above freezing. Our temperatures aren't going to be that much warmer for highs as we're still going to be stuck in the 30s. It's going to be a mostly gray day, and we're tracking storm systems, plural, for Thursday through Sunday.
Thank you, Josh, and thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.
Good Morning America is up next, and we'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.